In this video, we're going to move on to part 2 of our Ninja Wood game development. So what we're going to do first of all is I'm going to open up Ninja Woods 1 where we left off last time, and I'm simply not going to do anything other than go up to File, Save Project As, and I'm going to make sure that I go to the correct folder. So I've got my Game Maker Games folder, Ninja Woods. I've got Ninja Woods 1, but I want to keep that as a backup, and I'm just going to type in Ninja Woods 2. So this will be the latest version. I click Save. So now I've got that backup kind of like stashed away in case anything goes wrong here. One of the things that I mentioned in the last class was our game was working, and we could run back and forward, we could jump. But what I didn't notice at the time was we can jump and we can jump and we can jump in the air. There's nothing stopping us jumping way more than we are supposed to. I guess that in itself could be an interesting game mechanic if our level was a kind of vertical based platformer, but it's not what we want for this particular game. So I'm going to close this down. I can just click Save there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll. Well, if you don't already have it open up your Objects Player. Remember, you can use this button here. If you want to just focus on your code, you can click there and it's going to hide everything. You can bring it back really easily. And I'm going to go down to the bit where my jumping stuff happens. I could probably do a better job of adding in some comments here. Player jumping. So right now you can see if you open up your code sometimes and you can see some of these bits are kind of grayed out and not properly formatted. Let's just click Save, and I can close my project. I can simply reopen it again, and when I scroll down to the same bit, I should see that, yeah, there we go. Jumping player actions. So right now there's nothing to stop my player jumping when they're in the air, but we have this ground check thing down here where we're checking if they're on the ground, and what we can do is we can use that as one of our conditions here. So I can hit space, I can use the double ampersand, which in my keyboard is Shift and 7, and then I can type in on ground. So remember, if you don't specify anything like is equal to false or true or something, it always kind of defaults to true. So the way this statement now reads is if the jump key is pressed and on ground is true, then take away the jump speed from our existing kind of Y speed. And maybe for sake of clarity, I could actually make this happen after we've checked if they're on the ground. Okay, so added some code. When you add code, it's a good thing to make sure that it works. So we can still move about, we can still jump. Can we jump more than one time? No, we can't. So right now we've got the intended gameplay mechanics. Okay, that's all.